Hi, my name is Travis Austin,
And this is Nathan Kurtz.
and we work with the New Boundary Technology Support Department. Today, we're going to talk about Prism Asset Manager, specifically license units. Nate?
So the primary difference between the License Units tab and the information that's displayed on the Software subtab of the Manage tab is that the Software subtab gives you a listing of all the applications that are installed on this particular machine, whereas the License Units tab will give you information regarding all of the computers that have this particular application installed on them, and also gives you the ability to track license information about that application. So the first thing that one would need to do in order to track a license unit information about a license unit is to select the management type for this license unit. And that can be either a site license, a per seat license, or a per processor license. Now in this case, we're using 7-Zip, which is an application that we had installed previously in one of our Prism deploy videos. And let's manage this as a per seat license. So now that I've managed this as a per seat license, I can add in information as to the number of licenses for this application I own. So let's say I have purchased 5 licenses for this application. I can also track information about what the total cost of all of those licenses were, as well as PO number information, the vendor for the application, other notes, or if there is an expiration date for this application, I can enter that information as well, so I can keep track of when the renewal dates for that would exist. And then I can also track information as to the serial numbers that would belong to this application. And now that I've entered that I own 5 licenses for this application, we can see that our graph fills out, and our table also fills out, to show that there are 2 machines that have this application installed, and they are both using a license. And I also have 3 additional licenses available if I wanted to install this on additional machines.
Nate, I know you gave us a rough idea of what per seat, per site, or processor were, but can you explain those a little more?
Yes. So the primary difference is that with a per seat license type, that is an application that is licensed by every computer that has that application installed on it, or user that is using that application. With a site license, you would have one license for all of the computers or users at a particular location that were using that application.
And what about per processor? Exactly what does per processor mean?
So there are certain applications that are licensed per processor that the machine that the application installed to has. One example of an application that can potentially be licensed that way is Microsoft SQL Server.
Okay, cool.
Additionally, one of the other capabilities that a license unit gives you is the ability to track the usage of this application on the machines that it's installed to.
Does that mean that it's actually counting how often a user might use a specific application?
Yes, so when the license usage tracking is enabled, it will monitor how often a user is launching any particular application, and when it is launched, for how long that application is being used.
Oh, very cool. All right. Well, this is our video about Prism Asset Manager and license units. We will have another video that also talks about Prism Asset Manager and other functionality that it has.